Man, I tell you, there are some people that you just cannot help. There are some people that are just too far gone and they are just way too blind that when it comes down to things, they can only see things in one way or the other. They cannot see the roses or the leaves for the trees at this point. So a man just lost his son. 11-year-old Aiden Clark was killed in a crash in Springfield, Ohio by a car driven by an illegal Haitian. You know, that town where they basically threw in 2,000 illegals overnight or migrants overnight in a town of like only 60,000 people. They put in literally 20,000 of them overnight. Anyway, Aiden Clark was killed by us, and he says, I wish that my son, Aiden Clark, was killed by a 60-year-old white man. Then an incessant group of hate spewing people would leave us alone. Man, I tell you, bro. It's terrible what happened to this man's son, but honestly, your son deserves so much better than you. So much better. Let's get it.
Comments. You know, I wish that my son, Aiden Clark, was killed by a 60-year-old white man. And I bet you never thought anyone would ever say something so blunt. But if that guy killed my 11-year-old son, the incessant group of hate-spewing people would leave us alone.
Wait, hold on. So it's hate spewing when you have a group of people in your country that don't belong there and they just took your son away from you. But you're so heavily, is that his wife right there? Like I just gotta wonder, bro. It's kind of crazy when you see batshit crazy people fucking breed. Like okay, it's not hate to point out that something that is happening in our country that should not be in our country is happening in our country. I hate to break it to you. I don't care how much you lean to the left, you fucking soy boy. I like this shit is wild to me. This shit is actually wild to me. You know what? This shit is actually wild to me to the fact of the matter that I have an uncle, and my uncle, throughout my entire life, this man has always been the person in the family that had the most sense in a family of dysfunctional ass people. Whenever shit was falling apart, he was the strong male voice in the fucking family. He was a strong male voice in the family, and I respected this man. I respected this man. And yet, there were times when me and him butt heads, especially whenever it came down to talking about politics, because this man would have all of the common sense in the world. And then the second you bring up Trump, I can see the man no longer able to think or critically thinking. And he was basically going off of what he was showed throughout on on mainstream media. However, I just had a call with him just 2 days ago, and he is all in when it comes down to it is Americans versus them. It is Americans versus them. And this man, old school military dude. Old school military dude. In fact, what I heard it was that he was batshit insane and he ended up going to the military and it mellowed his ass out. So that man must have seen some shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about batshit insane, went to the military, mellowed him out. And he sits there and he says the people who should be taken care of before all of these fucking illegals should be the veterans and the native born. We should not have illegals voting. And he understands that the ones that's helping all of this shit happen to the United States of America is the Democrat Party. He gets it. He gets it so much, he doesn't even do the pushback. Oh, but the party switched. When me and him talk, that's his favorite line whenever he realizes I'm getting in his ass. Oh, well, you can't sit there and you can't say anything good about the Republicans because the party switched. My man was dead silent yesterday. So imagine that. Imagine my uncle coming around and talking like that. I'm pretty sure he'll eventually get TDS again because, there's glimpses here and there of, serenity. But imagine losing your fucking son to a person who doesn't even belong in your country, and you sitting here talking about you wish that a 60-year-old white man did it so that this way you can get your politically brownie points. You a whole fucking bitch. Oh my fucking gosh.
The last thing that we need is to have the worst day of our lives violently and constantly shoved in our faces. But even that's not good enough for them. They take it one step further. They make it seem as though our wonderful Aiden appreciates your hate. that we should follow their hate. And look what you've done to us. We have to get up here and beg them to stop. Using Aiden as a political tool is, to say the least, reprehensible.
Like what you're doing right now. If you really wanted to be left alone, you wouldn't say a goddamn thing. You wouldn't say a goddamn thing. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. The fact of the matter that you're using your own son as a political prop right now. The only thing is that it doesn't favor you in the way that you want it to favor. And that's what you got a problem with, because guaranteed, let's say if it was a 60-year-old that killed your son, the Democrats would be using you 100% and you would be all in. You are a piece of shit. For a father, you're a coward.
For any political purpose. And speaking of morally bankrupt, politicians, Bernie Moreno, Chip Roy, J.D. Vance, and Donald Trump, they have spoken my son's name and used his death for political gain. This needs to stop now. They can vomit all the hate they want about illegal immigrants, the border crisis, and even untrue claims about fluffy pets being ravaged and eaten by community members.
Oh, hold on. So that's not happening? That's what you sitting there saying? You sitting there saying that non-Americans don't eat fucking animals? I mean, we got videos of the people in the Dominican Republic putting cats on the fucking stove. So you don't think that a lot of people that was brought over here overnight that have completely different cultures that don't assimilate? You talk about the people going around in the parks and hunting geese. We talking about in 2013, 2 migrants, 2 illegals, had an illegal gun, shot an American bald eagle and was trying to eat it. And the sheriff caught them and he was so shocked. He was like, who the hell kills an American eagle to eat it? We talking about these people who have over $1,000 in food stamps, but they rather go around and cook guinea pigs. Third world country meat. You got all this good meat in America. It ain't like as though you're in communism where you gotta fight to get food. And they over here in New York cooking guinea pigs and oil drums. Third world country meat. Fuck off, man. I'm tired of this video. I'm gonna just let this shit play. I'm done.
However, they are not allowed, nor have they ever been allowed to mention Aiden Clark from Springfield, Ohio. I will listen to them one more time to hear their apologies. To clear the air, my son, Aiden Clark, was not murdered. He was accidentally killed by an immigrant from Haiti. This tragedy is felt all over this community, the state, and even the nation. But don't spin this towards hate. In order to live like Aiden, you need to accept everyone. Choose to shine, make the difference, lead the way, and be the inspiration. What many people in this community and state and nation are doing is the opposite of what you should be doing. Sure, we have our problems here in Springfield and in the U.S., but does Aiden Clark have anything to do with that?
Yes! We have a fucking illegal immigrant crisis going on right now. What are you talking about? Just because you're okay with the bullshit happening, I guarantee you a majority of the fucking Springfield residents don't agree with you. As a father, you failed. Your first job should be protecting the people that you want to root for. Just because they're not using your son's name because they can't, because they know that if they use their son's name, it gets brought up. Your son was killed by an illegal that doesn't belong here. You failed as a father. Holy shit, who are these people? I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.